Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Friday, July 30th. We're going to be going over today's news headlines. Also, we'll have Olympic updates and we'll have Saints updates as well. So we will be doing that during the show. We will go ahead and send our links out to you. So let me do that. So if you want to come in video chat, talk anything in the world of sports, feel free to go through the StreamYard link. That'll be your access to the show today. So we will send that link to Facebook as well. So we will make sure you get your links. Okay, your links are posted. So links are on once again Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Also, just a reminder, if you're coming on the video chat, please make sure your cameras are working properly, and please make sure that your microphone is working properly as well, because we don't want to have any problems. Also, please do not play any background devices or something like that during the broadcast. Once again, you have to listen through the microphones and the cameras. So that's once again, that's all we ask you to do. So let's go ahead and do Saints updates. New Orleans Saints in training camp right now, day 2 of training camp going on. So we'll begin with Bobby Hebert and Mike Hoss and Christian Garrett. So let's go ahead and play that for you. So let me get that up on the screen. I'll set that up for you so so you can hear it. So let's put that up on the screen, and I'll share the audio. Okay, Saints training camp day number 2, outdoor practice. So let's see it from what Bobby Hebert, Mike Hoss, and Christian Garrett had to say about it.
Saints camp, I'm Christian Garrett, sandwiched between 2 giants, Bobby Hebert, the Cajun Cannon.
We're on a big hit.
That's the voice of the Saints, Mike Hoss. Mike, I want to start with you from practice today. What stood out? What caught your attention?
I kind of went in blind. It's my first training camp real practice in 21 years. So I've covered it, never like that. So I just wanted to see some players. And so weirdly, what stuck out to me initially was Jordan Huckett. I remember how he was almost like a tight end. And he just looked like he's lost his own weight, really thin.
So let me switch it back in.
Deontay Harris was about the same like that default passes. And then I was watching Chris Hogan. He's gonna be my guy, I think. What do you think?
So is that your dark horse?
That's fine.
Even though he's a veteran,
right,
we have a bunch of dark
horses.
horses.
33 years old, but he was playing professional lacrosse.
Yeah,
he's in shape. Caught every pass thrown in. So just initially, we're going to talk about organized sport, but those kind of things kind of just stick out to me first practice.
Bobby's day 2, no pads again, but we got to see an inconsistent punter.
Well, I think that's when you take for granted a punter consistency of a guy like Morstead. You don't really appreciate something and you don't have it anymore. And I think what we have to avoid, because one thing Morstead did, even in directional punting, was that we were always in the top, to show the top 5 and top 3 in punt coverage. Only giving up 2.5, 3, maybe 4 yards of punt return. I think that might double this year. Because you can have a great punt.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, we're definitely going to need a consistent punter this year. I mean, sure, they got rid of Thomas Morstead. But the truth of the matter is somebody will come in and take that job. That's one thing they're going to do when it comes down to it. Now, once again, the practice today was consistent. They had Lil John Humphreys catching some passes and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see that happening with Lil John Humphreys. So that is what was going on over at Saints training camp. If you didn't have a chance to go there, you'll have a chance to go there tomorrow and stuff like that. So the training camp. So let's
punt, and you never want to kick your coverage. Because all of a sudden you have kids going on those first round, they have to, to take. So I'm interested to see that we truly appreciate Morstead as fans. But that's a big job to replace a guy like Thomas Morstead.
You lose Justin Hardy.
Yes.
He was a maniac on Saturday.
Tackling machine.
He can make a good punt terrible because he was just, he was so good on special
And then his name slipped in my mind, North Texas State linebacker.
Craig Roberts.
Craig Roberts. Talk about his leadership in the locker room, and he was one of the best teams, amongst the best. And our coverage unit, so that could be another challenge for the team also this year.
I think Nolan Cooney is brought in. Blake Gilliquin was on this roster last year. I think the vision is we're just not going to give it to him as a punter. We're going to make him compete for it. I think Blake Gilliquin ultimately wins the job. I know it's not the most sexy, attractive thing about the punter. That's a reality that we face.
Hey, that's a big part of the game. Sean Payton's always talking about the hidden yardage and field position. Where are you starting your drives? Where your opponents are starting their drives? So yeah, that is very important. And who's going to compliment like JT Grigg? Look, I remember I didn't get rid of Chris Bencher. That guy can play. He's like a Pro Bowl cover guy. Now to show you can play, we let him go. He's with the Cardinals, but we got even better. So here you had Chris Banjo, Pro Bowl guy, and then with JT Griggs, like all pro. So we got even better. So you just need those guys to step up and have the opportunity. And that's how you're going to make the team, too. It's on special teams when maybe you're not a starting linebacker, whatever. That's a guy, to me, who I like a lot is on the practice squad, Andrew Dow, number 50 from Michigan State. He initially came out of Michigan State in the Dallas training camp. But even though Mario Davis talked about Andrew Dow, and I'll tell you what, did it hustle? I think Tony Jones, he just caught a little bit of quarterback, he dropped the pass, and one pass he caught Andrew Dow just punched it out. Well, you can't fumble. You got to protect the ball. So you see those dark horses, and you almost again have to look up their number. That's a nice play. Now, who's that? We're going to know you're familiar with.
That's kind of the name of it. Last time we were saying, everybody else is going to practice. You can automatically say, good, bad, good, bad. But all the quarterbacks look good. They threw passes, maybe one bad case of the day. Trevor Simeon probably had the best pass of the day. Nice out pattern to Ethan Wolf. But, the punting, you go bad, good. So it sticks out.
Another player that kind of intriguing for me is Jalen McCluskey. If you think about this, actually, you without Deontay Harris for a couple of games. He's got some return ability, and he's flashed a little bit. And again, I want to caution everybody, you got to have a disclaimer. This is 2 days into camp, but he's a player that's intriguing.
Yeah, I think so too. Although he did back there today with Callaway was back there and McCluskey. So yeah, I mean, and knowing that you're not going to have a guy, you're going to need a guy. And Bob just said it's true. We've taken special teams for granted because they've been so strong all across the board. All of a sudden, you've lost maybe your strong player, maybe your best return guy who would stop the guys, and Justin Hardy, who's a cover guy, and now you're not sure about your return guy. It's hard to lose all three at the same time. So yeah, I think somebody's going to have to step up and fill that void. And I like that. I thought he did great today.
He's the voice of the Saints, Mike Hoss, Bob Eber, the Cajun Cannon. Join us today on Sports Talk starting at 4 o'clock with Bob Eber.
So once again, I say this, look, definitely special teams is going to be very important. Whether your field position is going to be good or whether your field position is going to be bad. Also, that's the coverage as well. So they talking about Robinson out of Texas. He absolutely progressed in this training camp. Now the quarterbacks, they said Taysom Hill had some bad throws and like that. The truth of the matter is, look, he's going to have to get those throws under control. Because if he's going to be coming in to be the starting quarterback for the Saints, then he's going to have to, like I said, he's going to have to progress. That's one thing he has to do. I mean, he'll progress one day, but it's got to be every single day when it comes down to it. Because we're depending on Taysom Hill. So Once again, Saints updates from WWL. We will have updates throughout the season, throughout the training camp, and during sports talk. So once again, we will move along to our other story, which is the Olympics. We're going to see. We're going to give you some results from different Olympic events that happened today. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll switch that over, and we will go over the Olympics. So let's go. Let's go there. Let's take a trip to the Olympics. Okay. Once again, in Pool B action today, United States wins 8-1. So 8-1 against Israel. Mexico and Japan will play at 10 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Central. So that's baseball. That's the first week of baseball action for the United States team in the Olympics. So we will go over to basketball. Let's give you an update on basketball. Okay, France wins 87-62 over Nigeria. That's in the women's tournament. Also in the women's tournament, China wins 76-74. And other games to notice in the men's side, Group A, Iran taking on France, and Italy will take on Nigeria. So that will be later on this evening during the Olympic coverage. So we will go over to, let's see, let's go over to beach volleyball. Looks like we don't have no updates on that. We'll go over to field hockey. Let's go over to the field hockey competitions. Okay, field hockey competitions. India winning 5-3. New Zealand losing 4-1 to Argentina. That's in the men's Pool A play. Also in the men's tournament, Germany wins 3-1. Belgium and Great Britain tied up at 2. That was earlier this morning. Now the other games at 7:30 tonight will be New Zealand taking on China. Spain will take on Japan. Argentina will take on Australia, and also South Africa taking on India. So let's go over to the soccer matches. I think USA did play today, so we'll go over to soccer and see what happened on the soccer fields today. Once again, no score. Canada and Brazil, so they played to a 0-0 tie. Australia wins 4-3. That's in the qualifying match number 1. Also in qualifying match number 2, Sweden wins 3-1. Also, United States played to a 2-2 tie. That was in the early morning game at 6 a.m. So that was qualifying match number 3. So that was in the Olympics today. So that is your the women's team. So let's see what else we have to give you. So I'm going to scroll over to handball. So we'll go over to the handball side, and we'll give you handball recaps. France wins 36-31. Egypt wins 27-22 over Sweden. Portugal loses to Denmark 34-28. And Germany wins 28-23 over Norway. In the women's Group A, Angola will take on Japan. And Montenegro will take on South Korea. So Montenegro and South Korea will play in team handball competition. That will be later on. Steven, okay, let's give you the rugby scores. Rugby scores from classification 9 through 12-1. Canada winning 45-0. That was against Brazil. Kenya winning 21-17. That's in the women's tournament number 2. Also, New Zealand winning 36-0. Fiji winning 14-12 over Australia. United States loses to Great Britain 21-12. That was in the qualifying match number 3. Also, the women's tournament, France winning 24-10. Other matches later on this evening. Brazil taking on Japan. Canada will take on Kenya. Russian Olympic Committee taking on the Australia. United States looks like they're playing. We don't know what opponent they're going to play. So that's going to be an unknown for the United States. Also, New Zealand taking on Fiji. And also, France will take on Great Britain. So France will take on Great Britain in action tonight. Let's go over to the swimming competitions. Let's give you those results from the these are the finals. So I'm gonna give you those results as we go. So let me get into this one. Okay, we'll switch this over and we'll give you the 50-meter freestyle event. This is let's go ahead and play that. Okay, Caleb Dressel wins the in heat number in the heat. So she finishes in first. France finishes in second. Greece finishes in third. Brazil finishes in fourth. And also Ukraine finishes in fifth. So the top 5 finishers in the men's 50 meter French freestyle. That's the on the men's side. So so we'll go ahead and go through another one. I'm going to give you more results and scores. So I'm going to do that while we do the broadcast. Okay. The women's 50 meter freestyle. So let's go over the women's side. Women's 50 meter freestyle. Okay, we'll wait for the results to come up on the screen. Okay, they're on the screen. Emery McKinn wins her match, wins her meet. She finishes in first. Denmark finishes in second. Australia finishes in third. That's and fifth place. It's Poland, and Sweden finishes in fourth place. Sixth place was China, and then eighth Abby Wetzello. She finished in seventh place. So once again, no United States athletes in the top 5 or top 3 when it comes to the swimming. So that is the 50 meter freestyle on the women's side. So we'll go over to the other results. Okay, let's go over to the 15. This is heats right here, 1500. So we'll go over the 1500. We'll go over the women's 4x100 and the men's 4x100. So we'll go through those. Okay, the finals will be later on this evening. The 100 meter butterfly, the 200 meter breaststroke. That's on the women's side. The 800 meter freestyle, the 50 meter freestyle. That'll be a semifinal meet, and also the women's 50 meter freestyle, and also the 4x100 mixed relay. So that is so we're going to go through the 1500 freestyle. So let's give you that results. So I'm going to give you the results in just a second. So if you're in here, okay, okay, that's in the 1500 meter freestyle. Ukraine finishes in first. United States finishes in second. That's Robert Fink finishing in second place. Germany finishes in third. So your top three finishers are the Ukraine, United States, and Germany. So we will go through the other ones. Okay, let's go to the 4x100. These are heats right here. So we'll go through those results and I'll put them up on the screen. Okay, the 4x100, United States finishes in second, so they get a so that's in the relay, so that they finish. Australia finishes in third, and Canada finishes in first. So the top three finishers: Canada, United States, and Australia. That was in the 4x100 and medley relay. So that is in the swimming events. So let's see what else we have. We got one more result to give you, and that's the 4x100 medley. That's on the men's. So let's give you those updates. Okay, Italy finishes in first. Great Britain finishes in second. Russian Olympic Committee finishes in third. United States finishes in seventh. So not a good meet for them. For the United States, Canada finishes in eighth. So once again, your top three finishers are Italy, Great Britain, and Russia. So the Russian Olympic Committee. So that is so that is once again 4x100 individual. That's the medley. So that is in. So we'll give you a field hockey report. So let me give you a field hockey report. So we just know. I think we did already. So once again, Summer Olympic updates here on once again Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we will be back tomorrow to give you more updates as they come available. So when the meets are over, we will give you those updates. So let's go ahead and go over to news headlines. So let's begin going over to ESPN. So I'm going to put that up on the screen. Okay, once again, last night's draft. We'll recap what happened in last night's draft. So let me go ahead and go over to the NBA draft page, and we'll give you the every pick that happened yesterday in the draft. So let me go ahead and give you those picks. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you those picks. Go to the draft cast. We'll give you those. Okay, let's go ahead. It was 2 rounds yesterday. So let's go back to round 1. And I'll get and we'll have round 2. Okay, let's go to round 1. Okay, once again, Cade Cunningham was picked first overall by the Detroit Pistons, followed by Jalen Green. Finished. He did get picked second. Evan Mobley get picked third. Scotty Barnes finishing. So he gets his 4th pick with Toronto. Also, Orlando picked Jalen Suggs in the draft. Also, 6th pick is Josh Giddey from Australia. Also, Jonathan Kunga from the Congo gets picked 7th. Fran Wagner gets picked 8th. David Mitchell gets picked 9th by Sacramento. Zaire Williams gets picked by Sanford, but he is going over to I think it's one of those teams that that traded him. Also, 11th pick overall, James Booknight was picked by Charlotte. Joshua Primo picked by San Antonio 12th. Chris Dayton picked 13th by the Indiana Pacers. Moses Moody picked by Golden State. That was 14th pick overall. Also, Corey Kisper finished picked 15th by Washington. Also, Alperen Shogun picked 16th by Oklahoma City. Trey Murphy got picked by the Memphis Grizzlies, but he is going to be traded. So that's probably going to be the trade. Also, Trey Mann picked by Oklahoma City, 18th pick. Kyra Jones picked by the New York Knicks. That's 19th pick overall. Jalen Johnson also got picked by the Atlanta Hawks. Keon Johnson got picked by New York in the 21st pick. Isaiah Jackson picked by the Lakers, 22nd. Usman Gambola picked 23rd. Also, Josh Christopher picked by Arizona State, 24th overall. Also, Quentin Grimes picked by LA Clippers. That's 25th overall. Nashon Highland gets picked 26th overall by the Denver Nuggets. Cam Thomas got picked by the Brooklyn Nets. That was 27th overall. Jaden Springer picked 28th by Philadelphia. And Day'Ron Sharpe picked by Phoenix. And Santi Adana picked 30th by the Utah Jazz. So we'll go over to the second round picks. We'll go through those second round picks as well. Okay, second round picks. Isaiah Tide picked by Milwaukee. That's 31st overall. That's in the second round of the draft. 32nd pick was Jeremiah Robinson Earl from Vanderbilt. No, Villanova, excuse me. Picked by the Knicks, and that's 32nd in the second round. Jason Preston picked 33rd, and he's the third pick overall by the Orlando Magic. Rokier, let's see, Joe Baders picked by Oklahoma City. That's the fourth pick in the that's in fourth. That was the 34th pick, 35th pick. New Orleans Pelicans pick Hubert Jones from Alabama. So he's so I think that's a good pick right there. Also, JT Thor picked by Detroit, 37th overall. Also, Aero Danshu picked by Chicago. That's 38th pick overall. Nemir Quota. Got picked 39th by the Sacramento Kings. Jared Butler picked by the New Orleans Pelicans, 40th overall in the second round. Joe Kemp picked by San Antonio in the second round. Also, Isaiah Livers, selected by Detroit. That's in the second round. Also, Greg Brown, selected by the New Orleans Pelicans, 43rd overall. So he will be coming to the Pelicans, but I'm pretty sure it might be a trade. Keesler Edwards, picked by the Brooklyn Nets, 44th overall in the second round. Duran, that's Duran Bennigan, selected 45th. Don Leo Barton, picked by Toronto Raptors, that's 46th, second round. Also, David Johnson, selected by Toronto, 47th overall in the second round. Leaf Cooper, picked by the Atlanta Hawks, 48th, 49th. Marcus Zagorski, 49th pick by Brooklyn. Also Flip Peterson, I'm saying it right, 50th pick overall by that's in the second round. Brandon Boston also got picked by the Memphis Grizzlies. That's 51st overall. Luke Garza, selected by Detroit. Charles Basley, selected by Philadelphia, 53rd pick overall. Sandro Mia Mummer Quesavilla. It's a tricky name, but he got picked by Indiana. Also, Aaron Wiggins, picked 55th overall in the second round by Oklahoma City. Scotty Lewis, picked by Charlotte. That's 56th pick. Besa Kopravica, if I'm saying his name right, I don't want to butcher his name. He got picked by Charlotte, so 2 picks going in the second round for Charlotte. Also, Jericho Sims, selected by New York Knicks, and Raquan Gay, Raquan Gay, selected by the Brooklyn Nets, and Giorgio Casa. Let's see, Casa Zias, selected by Indiana. That's the 60th pick overall in the 2021 NBA draft, rounds 1 through 2. So once again, I'd say the Pelicans with Greg Benson and stuff like that. I think they're going to Coach Green's going to find a slot for those guys. They definitely going to find a slot for those picks that the Pelicans got. So that's one thing about it. So they will find those spots. I mean, because they can help out Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, and Brandon Ingram in a long run. Because look, Zion Williamson cannot do it alone, and neither does Brandon Ingram. So I look at it this way: they can, like I said, they can come in and make some viable plays when it comes down to it. So once again, NBA draft yesterday, rounds 1 through 2. So this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. So we will move along, talk about other news regarding in the world of sports. Okay, Indianapolis coach Carson Wentz out indefinitely with a foot injury, so that's bad news for the Indianapolis coach. So once again, he gets injured, so it looks like the season, his season will be over. So that's unfortunate for Carson Wentz to have a bad foot injury, so it looks like he is not going to be playing. So they're going to have to scramble to find him another quarterback, stuff like that. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Okay, Toronto Blue Jays acquired Jose Barrios from the Minnesota Twins. So 4 prospects. So it looks like they're wheeling and dealing Toronto Blue Jays because they want to contend for the AL East. That's one thing I think that's they doing. So right now Toronto's 51-48. They're in the 5th spot of the AL wild cards. So I think this is a very consistent pick for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that's Minnesota, excuse me, Toronto Blue Jays. Sorry about that, Toronto Blue Jays. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. All right, let's see what else we want to talk about. Okay. Okay, longtime Boston Bruins center David Jeski returns to his native Czech Republic. So after 15 seasons, he will return to the Czech Republic. He's retiring, so it looks like he will be going over to the Czech Republic to play hockey. So that's kind of what's happening with him. Okay, Tom Brady ditches his trademark sleeves on the left knee. So it looks like he's officially shed his trademark sleeve that was worn when he had left knee injury and suffered, and that was a torn ACL back in 2008. So it looks like he's ditching that those medical stuff for him when he was injured. So once again, just from ESPN, go to ESPN.com. Okay, Oklahoma and Texas unanimously accept invitation to the SEC. So it looks like they are coming to the SEC as predicted. So looks like they're going to both Oklahoma and Texas will be approved by their border regions and stuff like that to get to the SEC. That'll be the first 16-team super conference around. So I think that's probably going to make it a very bigger conference with the other conferences across the country. So that's what's happening with that. Okay, what else we have? And we'll wrap this up. Okay, Starlin Castro receives a 30-game suspension for violating Major League Baseball's domestic abuse policy. So it looks like he will not be playing. So he is going to be suspended. He will be fined. The amount is not being disclosed. So he was involved in a domestic incident or something like that. So it looks like he is going to be not playing for a while. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. let's see what else we have. And then we'll wrap it up. Okay, Oklahoma City Thunder gets future first-round pick Derek Favors from Utah. So it looks like he is going to be coming to the Utah Jazz. The Oklahoma City Thunder, excuse me. Oklahoma City Thunder. So it looks like he's going to be coming from the Utah Jazz to play for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He will. It'll be his, and he also, the Thunder will get a 2027 second-round pick that was announced on Friday. So that once again, that is probably going to be Derek Favors' new home is Oklahoma City. So this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Let's see what else we got, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, Xavier Howard has disclosed an injury. Did not practice. So it looks like he did not practice. Xavier Howard, the cornerback for the Miami Dolphins. So it looks like he has an undisclosed injury to update. So he did not practice. So that's unfortunate for Xavier Howard, but it is, like I said, he's also involved in trade talks regarding some teams that wants his services. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. And we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, let's wrap this up. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same channel. So we will talk everything in the world of sports. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your Friday, and we'll return tomorrow.